Hi guys, what's up? It's Insane Dentrick here. Another top 10 video. So, the Pokemon anime isn't necessarily liked by the majority of Pokemon fans. Most Pokemon fans watched the first 2 seasons, maybe everything up to Johto, and then kind of just said, alright, fuck it, I'm too old for this shit, I'm out. But let me go get that Ruby Sapphire though. And part of the reason why people fell out of the anime was simply due to the fact that the anime doesn't appeal to them anymore. And it's partially because the anime doesn't appeal to everybody. It's really the kid focus of all Pokemon. The games are pretty much neutral ground. The manga is more adult focused, and the anime is for kids. And people at a certain point were like, why do I need this kiddie shit? Well, there's one thing the anime I always thought did that the manga didn't do as good and the games could really never do. And that is make certain Pokemon look better than they usually do, or just more appealing. You know, when you have an anime, you can make literally anything you want, especially with a ridiculous franchise as Pokemon that gives you a whole bunch of damn mystical creatures with ridiculous abilities that can defy logic in every way possible. Granted, the anime had a kind of a love-hate effect. It can make you like certain Pokemon better than you used to, but it can also make you hate Pokemon more than you used to. Fuck you, Charizard. Oh, fuck you, Mewtwo. Pokken Tournament Top 10 is next after this. I gotta get through this first. So, this video is my top 10 anime Pokemon. Pretty much Pokemon that I've seen through the anime that the anime made me like more than I originally did. And this list, even though it's top 10, isn't in a particular order. It's just 10 Pokemon that I like more due to the anime than I did before. So that's kick it off, I think. You know, let's just get this party started, guys. I'm such a gangster. Yeah. Number 10, Snivy. Now, let's be honest, Gen 5, in terms of starters, Tepig is stupid. Tepig is really fucking stupid. Design and his personality was whatever in the anime. Oshawott was the king. He's the greatest, baby. He had the cuter design. Oshawott had everything going for him. Snivy's evolutionary chain was I was pretty indifferent to. It's just a grass snake. So, I don't, and your point is, you know. But Azure Snivy was a lot more interesting because I wouldn't call her sassy as much as I would call her the mother hen of the group. And that's what made her appealing. They tried to, granted, it wasn't like she was characterized the best. The whole setup behind her was the whole, oh, I was abandoned by my trainer, I have trust issues. But they just pretty much kind of like Charmander, but just not as dramatized and ridiculous and shit. She just kind of took it in stride. And ironically, her and Tepig shared a similar past in that sense. But Snivy was the mother hen. She was the one that was always handling business. It's like, I can kick ass, and I'm going to make sure y'all don't fuck up anything. And also, some of the best moments with Snivy was her with her and Emolga. Because she wasn't taking any of Emolga's shit. It was like, Emolga would come in there like, I'm the greatest. I'm Queen Bee. Snivy was like, sit your ass down. Just sit your ass down. You're done. You're done, son. Don't even talk. It's over. It's over. Number 9. Katnia! Okay, so Katnia followed the same trend as Victory Bell with the whole James has to be physically harassed by his Pokemon. And almost every Pokemon does this except for, I think, Gen 5 and 6 didn't do it. But Gen 4, every other one, he had a Pokemon that physically harassed him. And I always prefer Katnia over Victory Bell for a couple different reasons. Victory Bell, it seemed like he actively hated. Also, Victory Bell's introduction was very weird because it was like, oh, I have a Weeping Bell that I need to be trained, and then it just happened to evolve. And it's kind of like Victory Bell and that whole shit came out of nowhere, like there was no build up to that. Whereas Katnia, it was like they actually build into Katnia after they lost Weezing. Weezing and Arbok. And then on top of that, you could tell that Katnia was actively trying to show affection, although it just happens that, you know, it's a cactus Pokemon. You see what happens when you're hugged by a cactus. You get needles. Versus Victor Bell, it looked like he was just actively trying to eat James, and that's not appealing. And then I think we all remember how he left. That Gardenia shit hit you hard, bro. That was some shit, bro. Oh my god. But it was nice. To me, James's Pokemon always show the better sides of James as a character, and it makes him more appealing as a result. But Cacnea, pretty legit. Pretty legit. Number 8, Ivani. Yeah, we're going right back to Gen 5. And I'm only on number 8, and that's the 3rd grass type I've mentioned. What the fuck is going on? I guess I don't like grass types that much. Levani is kind of a weird situation because Levani wasn't one of those Pokemon I paid any attention. Levani in the games, I really didn't pay any attention whatsoever. And in the anime, they kind of built up to Levani, but Levani was one of his first really quick evolutions, so it wasn't like you never really got to spend too much time with any of its previous evolutions to be like, man, I really like Swatlu and I really like Sawaddle, and then we got Levani, and I was like, cool. But they actually did put some episodes in focusing on Levani, especially the episode in which he evolved, and it is a he, and but that's not what cemented my liking. And I thought he was okay in that episode. But what cemented my enjoyment for Levani was his fight against Salk. If you ever thought a grass type couldn't hold its own, you didn't see that fight, bruh. Go look up Ash versus Kenyon or fucking Levani versus Salk. That fight in itself justified Levani's existence. Number 7, Munchlax. And yes, I'm talking about Maze Munchlax. Now, Munchlax also fits into another category of mine. Pokemon I like the pre-evolution look more of than the actual final evolution. And Munchlax is a good representation of that just by design and by characteristics. The one thing about Snorlax, especially Ash's Snorlax, or probably just Snorlaxes in general, that wasn't necessarily appealing is that all Snorlax ever did in the anime was eat, sleep, and was occasionally a badass. I like the fact that Maze Munchlax, although still had those same traits because it is a pre-evolution of Snorlax, also did other things and was a lot more active than its older brother or its evolution. That made Munchlax more appealing as a character, and I felt like it had more personality before it. And Maze Munchlax was a beast, which is why I was happy that thing never evolved. You know, as much as I didn't even care to put him on here, I think almost every Pokemon fan either loves this Pokemon or hates it due to the anime. Psyduck, you yellow bastard. Psyduck was such a I don't give a fuck about Pokemon in Gen 1 that it was aggravating. It's crazy as hell to consider it's one of the most iconic ones due to its anime representation. Psyduck is more well known because of its anime adaptation than the damn games. And why? Because he's a doofy duck Pokemon. But what makes him funny and endearing is that if you ever give him enough of a headache, he's a fucking beast. And Psyduck did have good intentions behind its stupid actions. Misty, I don't necessarily think you're the most. I think you're probably one of the worst developed girls in the series, but you did have a memorable Pokemon that touched a lot of us as kids, and for that, I salute you. Number 5, Bay, or Chiki, bruh. I think this was the first time I was introduced to the concept of tsundere, because Ash's Bayleaf / Chikorita. Tsundere is fuck. My god, this thing, and the funny thing is, and there's another fucking grass Pokemon. But the thing that always drove me nuts about her is that I don't necessarily have this huge affinity towards, I was pretty indifferent to Gen 2 starters to begin with. And I'm not a huge fan of Meganium's look, so it also falls under the same line as Munchlax. And I honestly thought Chikorita was kind of a bitch when we first got her. But as the episodes kind of went on and she evolved and we got more episodes with that, I find her fucking adorable. I wasn't trying to find her adorable. That was not the fucking goal, and I still ended up finding her adorable. Especially the episode in which I think it's like right after Bayleaf evolves, and it's pretty much it getting used to its new strength and it getting into an issue with Ash because Ash thinks that it's going to be overly aggressive towards it, and that's not what happened. Granted, that episode was kind of weird because that episode had weird characterization for Ash in the first place. I guess it's not the fucking point. Bayleaf is tsundere as fuck. She's adorable, and she was our first Pokemon waifu. Latios getting the motherfucking back, yo. Number 4, Corfish! Corfish! Bruh, Gen 3 is probably, I would still argue, is Ash's weirdest team. That team was so, I wouldn't say cobbled together, but it's such a what the fuck team that when you look at it objectively, it just seems weird. What's your heavy-hitting fire type? A fire turtle who cries a lot. Okay. How about your ice type? Oh, I didn't get him until in-game, and he struggled to learn Ice Beam for like a ridiculous amount of time. Okay. Who's your water type? Crab. Okay. Corfish is our hothead of the group. Corfish I like because it's probably the one maybe next to like Sceptile. They got a lot of characterization and it became a lot more of a likable Pokemon. I'm not saying I like it over Crawdaunt, but I'm saying that Corfish really kind of asserted itself to be interesting because it was Ash's hothead. It was probably the one that related to Ash a lot and it had a lot of development through its abilities. It was one of the ones you saw that dude come in and it's like, oh shit, it's Corfish. Where's that crab him at? Where that crab him at? Oh! Oh! Oh no! Crab him again! Like, I love his hot-headedness. I love the fact that he had a lot of episodes devoted to him cooling the fuck off, pun entirely intended. And he made things entertaining, especially when he would get into fights. It just made him funny as hell. Ash seems to have entertaining water types for whatever reason. Not totally sure, because Blaziel was a badass. Oshawott is G as fuck. He had an adorable Lapras. Squirtle was Kamina. Squirtle was Kamina before Kamina. And he has Corfish. He just, Ash. Oh, and then we got fucking Frogadier. Ash just gets cool ass water types. I don't know. Anyways, number 3, Gliscor. Gliscor. I will say this, Gen 4 had such a... Ash's team in Gen 4 was so fucking ridiculously awesome that it was disgusting. And granted, I don't necessarily like all the new evolutions for some of the older generation Pokemon in Gen 4. What the fuck is Licky Licky is my question. But Gliscor, to me, I really liked its design and I like the way Ash's Gliscor was built up. Now, for those who don't know, Gligar is a Gen 2 Pokemon that really doesn't have that much going for him in terms of fandom. But his evolution, yo, that thing is awesome. And Ash's Gliscor went through a kind of a middle character arc. The whole quiet, timid, weak, scared of shit, lack confidence arc. And although it's cliched as hell, it was still awesome to see that thing rise to power. Especially when he proceeded to go into a gym, literally like, I don't think it was like right after it evolved, but it was pretty close to it. And Gliscor proceeded to run rickshaw over everything. And the one thing that I always loved about Gliscor and its evolution is not only does the evolution look cool, but Ash's Gliscor kept the tongue gag it had as a Gligar, showing that just because you get stronger doesn't mean you should ever forget your roots. So stick your tongue out like a jackass, if you know what I mean. Number 2. I can't, there's no way you can talk about Corfish and not talk about the original Crab King, Kingler. Now, I'm not going to sit here and act like Kingler had characterization. He didn't. He was fucking crabby that Ash randomly threw a ball at and was literally used to just show that you can't carry more than 6 Pokemon on you. And then it just kind of stayed in the fucking bowl for the rest of Kanto until the league. It's like, I guess I'm going to use this Pokemon that I haven't used this entire damn time in my first league match, because that makes sense. And what did Krabby proceed to do after that? He proceeded to run rickshaw on everybody. It was a beautiful thing. He took out a goddamn Executor Evolve and shot a Golbat with a Hyper Beam And you're just sitting there like, that is beautiful. That is such a beautiful thing. Even though in Johto he proceeded to get fucking embarrassed. I mean, for God's sake, it lost the side up. Like, I don't want to hear shit. It was just disrespectful. But still the original Crab King. One of the main reasons why I put Kingler on my Johto team, even though Kingler stat-wise is not really viable, I just like him. I like him a lot. He cool peoples. He's the crab. He's the king of crab. Cookie. It actually always sounds like he's saying cookie, but he says you just like cookie. And finally, number 1, Maze Skitty. Maze Skitty. Skitty once again falling into the same line as Munchlax and Bayleaf. I like the pre-evolution over the evolution, and that's just through design. Maze Skitty is exactly what a cat is, while being as fun and ridiculous. Maze Skitty was very interesting because I liked how they showed how Maze Skitty was learning moves. Like, for example, one of Skitty's most well-known attacks, 2 of its most well-known attacks, is Blizzard and Assist. Well, Blizzard, we saw her learn, and Assist is the bane of everyone's existence because although it ended up giving Maze some cheap lucky wins in the contest, it also made things incredibly interesting. I put it on probably the same level as I put like Munchlax's Metronome. It made things fun, and that's really what Maze Skitty was, fun. It wasn't like I didn't like Skitty in the games, but Skitty in the games was just kind of like a cat. I'm not really a cat person. Skitty in anime is fucking adorable. Also, especially because of his introduction. And they use a little thing, and apparently Skitty gets super hyper. She's adorable. She's fucking adorable. And that's why I'm using her in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. So yeah, that's my top 10 list of Pokemon I like more due to the anime. Which is why the list will just be shortly called Top 10 Anime Pokemon. But please list yours in the comment section below or in a video response, and just message me because we can't connect our video responses anymore. But this has been the Insane Game Freak. Life's a game, play to win, and I'll get you guys later. Oh, I'm falling and I can't get up. Falling and I can't get up.